The slap heard around Mobile, Alabama. That's right. The slaps that were heard around Mobile, Alabama has come up. Finally, we get an update on the two ladies that were slapping each other on board the Carnival ship to see who was most entitled of the diamond and platinum members on board that ship. We finally got a federal update on them. And unfortunately, have to once more report on an Oscar. If you know about Oscar, we've had several videos of this. It's when a man goes overboard, and unfortunately, it happened again. It happened again yesterday on board one of our Carnival ships, and this is getting a little bit too common of an occurrence. And I don't know what else to say about it other than that it sucks for people, families, and also the guests that are on board that have to have a somber vacation after witnessing something like this. And we also have a update on the Carnival Dream. Carnival Dream is it's finally moving to Cozumel, and after being stuck all night last night and part of this early in the morning, the captain finally got the anchor to give way out and move itself from Belize onto its next port, which is Cozumel. They're going to be very late, maybe by noon, but I guess better late than not stopping at all. Not sure if that's the update that they're giving, but this is what I see on the cruise maps, and hopefully they'll get there soon. That and more on today's Cruise News Show. Let's dive into it.
Pack your bags, let's go to a place where the sunshine glows. Feel the breeze, we're free.
We got an update on the ladies that like to slap each other at the service line on board the Carnival Spirit. That's right, the Carnival Spirit had a little brawl over who was more entitled at the diamond and platinum line at the guest services, and they took a tumble. They started fighting each other, wrestling each other, and things got pretty heated. And when they finally got home, they were summoned to federal court. As you may know, if you commit crimes on international waters, you are summoned to federal court in the United States, and they have the jurisdiction. So they had federal court yesterday. Things actually went pretty okay. They did apologize for being there in the first place. They had no business being there in the first place, as one of them contributed to the judge, and they are going to get deferred adjudication. That means that they will be set free with no charges. Charges will be dismissed if and only if they don't get arrested for any other reason, and they do not contact each other for the next 3 months. So by August, if all goes well, nothing happens. In mid-August, they will be let go as far as the charges are concerned, and they will be set free, if you will. That's going to hurt them because Carnival decided they were going to take their diamond statuses away, and they were going to ban them for life. If you know anything about diamond and platinum status, it takes a lot of money and a lot of time on board to accrue those points. And especially with things going the way they are for Carnival and their system, this is pretty hurtful for them, I'm sure. And they've created on their own. No one told them to fight. That's why I'm scared to have an argument on board, because I don't want to lose status, even though my status is pretty low. Okay? But we'll get there one day. And another Oscar alarm went off yesterday on board the Carnival Liberty, leaving out of Celebration Key on its way to the Bahamas. If you know anything about Oscar, we reported on this before. It's when a man or woman has been found to be overboard. This one happened mid-afternoon on its way from the Celebration Key to the Bahamas. Someone saw it, immediately threw in a life-saving ring or a life ring, lifesaver. And unfortunately, the gentleman did not survive. That's right, did not survive. The Carnival crew members were able to recover the guest's body, but could not revive him on board. It took a while, as you can see this video. We give credit to Eddie Arsenault for the video, and we appreciate her allowing us to use her video. And as you can see, they were on their way back to the ship with the guests on board, and unfortunately they could not revive him on board medical facilities. And this is the third time we report this on Carnival ships this month alone. It happened in Australia and happened elsewhere. It's unfortunate. It's a weird trend that's happening. I don't know what why it's happening. We don't know why people decide to do this, but only 20% of the people that do this a year are recovered. And fortunately, for the sake of their family or his family, they found the body and not just wondering where he is. It's sad news, and the Carnival did put out a statement saying that confirmed on Wednesday that a male guest at Carnival Liberty apparently climbed over his stateroom balcony and jumped overboard as the ship was sailing from Celebration Key to Nassau. The Carnival Liberty crew responded quickly with a search effort and successfully retrieved him from the water, but he did not survive. We are providing support to the guest family who are traveling with him, and our thoughts and prayers are with them and their loved ones, and so are ours. I know I can't imagine what that feels like, but it's unfortunately that, like I said, this trend is happening very often for millions of people that travel on cruises. It's got to be traumatizing to experience that on what's supposed to be a fun adventure trip, but it tends to be sober, I'm sure, after this happens. And I hope it stops, but we see it often, about 12 times a year. This is probably number 7 this year. We have yet to get to July. And other news, it's hard to move away from that, transition from that, but Carnival Dream is unstuck. Finally, it's unstuck. It was stuck in Belize as of yesterday afternoon. It could not leave Belize after everyone embarked from Belize, and it was stuck on the reef. Belize has one of the biggest reefs in the world, and the anchor was stuck to the reef. They could not move it as of 10 p.m. last night. From videos that I saw online, it had not moved still. The casinos were closed still because they were still in Belize, and I'm pretty sure there were some upset people that couldn't take advantage of that. If you do take advantage of the casino, bet on black. And unfortunately, they couldn't move until this morning that I was able to map where they were, and looks like they were on their way to their next port, which is Cozumel Island, and they're about to be there maybe at noon, hopefully sooner. But they had a slow start. They're probably going to have a short day in Cozumel, and hopefully they can still get there at least to have a drink, have some food on the island, or short excursion. I'm not sure how much time they'll have left, but they might be on their way back to Galveston, the greatest state in the Union. They'll be back on the way to Galveston in the next couple of days, and they shouldn't be affected after that. So it's unfortunately, but I guess it's better than being stuck and not going anywhere. As you can see from here, it was trying to loosen itself with its anchor. It's trying to go around and around and around to try to get it loose, and it finally did. And they're on the way back. Well, that's the cruise news for today. If you received any value from today's video, all we ask is that you like, subscribe, and follow us for more information. We'll be glad to give you more cruise news, cruise tips, and cruise savings. If you received any value today, please consider subscribing. If you know something now that you didn't know yesterday, that's value. We created value for you, and all we ask is for a like or subscribe. And if you'd like for more tips, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We also share tips and tricks on there as well. We'll see you on the big deck.